Okay, so good morning everybody.
Good morning.
Okay, so thank you very much for coming here today. I hope you'll find it was well worth the effort. My name is Max Balfour and I'll be chairing today's event. We have a number of speakers, myself included, and of course Anne-Marie Waters. We'll also have some guest speakers from different animal charities. First of all, I'd like to share today my very personal experience regarding live exports. So I travelled down to Ramsgate Harbour for my first ever live exports. I was pre-warned that there will be calves. However, I don't believe I could ever be prepared for what I saw. Stood at the roundabout, waiting for the lorry, I was anxious but focused. I knew I had packs of water, so was ready to supply them with a drink and to film them to help bring awareness. I saw people running, cameras flashing, people yelling, and the high-vis jackets of the police storming towards the other side of the roundabout. And then I heard it. The cries, those cries of those calves made my stomach drop, and I ran towards it. I was not prepared for it all. When I got to the lorry, I could see babies with one ear tag showing just 5 weeks old. They were crammed in and forced to stand up. When I looked up, there were more of them. Tears of weeks-old babies, not knowing why we were there, not understanding why they were there, and not knowing what will happen to them. I started to cry, and I couldn't hold it back. I grabbed the water and gave it to the calves. You could tell this was their first drink in a while.
You're not allowed to give them any water or drinks, madam, all right? Thank you.
My sadness turned to anger when the police told me not to give them water. The one piece of kindness that we could provide for them is denied. But when grooming gangs are plying young girls with alcohol, all right, you're nowhere to be seen. However, comforting babies crying for their mothers, on this occasion travelling from Scotland to the southern part of Spain, yes, now you're asserting yourselves. The part I'll always remember will be them cheering on my fingers. They were so gentle and just really needing comfort. I'd like to read to you now the following email I received from Kale, who are Kent Against Animal Live Exports, which highlights their work behind the scenes. Ian and I began campaigning about shipping live animals to the EU for slaughter and further fattening 24 years ago in 1995. Kale was formed the same year, and at first we were merely members. We believe if you fight for something, you must know what you're fighting for. And the more we delved into the trade, the more horrors we uncovered. We have seen ordinary slaughter, sacrificial slaughter, and rough handling of the animals as they were dragged to their death. We've seen injured animals on vehicles forced to endure hours of travelling, although in pain, by people who care nothing for their suffering. The more we saw made us stronger, in our belief that no animal should suffer, so for human to eat meat, and there has to be better ways. Our team has gathered so much evidence over the years by constant surveillance, and we have achieved a vast reduction in the trade by using constant pressure. From 30 lorries a day in 1995 out of Dover, to 31 lorries all year in 2018 out of Ramsgate. However, one transporter is one too many, and we work for the day when no animal needs to travel like this, merely to have its throat cut. We need more people to help in this fight because it's winnable, but dedication is required, and not everyone has the stamina needed. The animals who pass us at the port are dead. We cannot save them, but we can work and save the ones to follow, and report we do after every sailing goes to MPs and Gove himself. Just recently I have had proof he actually reads them, something that did not happen in the beginning, so an achievement in itself. Please spread the word. I'd like to make people understand the cruelty meted out the animals in the name of trade. Yvonne and Ian Birchall. So I'd like to conclude today by leaving some personal thoughts to you. One thing that I cannot get out of my head is those babies who I touched and those cries that I heard no longer are with us. And in 2019, I believe it is morally wrong and ethically unacceptable that we send animals to various points around the world to be reared and slaughtered in substandard conditions. I've met sheep, very gentle and shy beings, who had to endure 19 hours and 10 minutes of sailing to arrive in Holland, or calves sent off for unstunned slaughter for religious purposes in Germany. Each live export I attend, each being I met, leaves a cold reminder that we still have a long way to go. We need to be listened to as we are their voice. We need to never give up speaking for them. I am, however, grateful to see so many of you here today. You are compassionate in a world at times so cruel, and brave in a world which ridicules concepts that it doesn't quite fully understand. No matter our political or social backgrounds, we all have one thing in common, one thing connecting us, and that's our love for animals. Thank you.